The darkest form of entities one could witness, twisting the wills of men. The 4 dark gods. But only one question remains. Who is the most dangerous among them? The most powerful? Is there an answer to that question? Well, I made it my mission as a non-gamer to find out. I watched Secret Level's Warhammer episode, in which a bunch of really badass and mostly unstoppable space marines get confronted by this creature. And as I dug into the fascination in my mind about what this creature truly is, what is it? I found it's a demon sorcerer that was altered and mutated as a man by a chaos god. Once a normal man, then he fucked with the wrong forces, the forces of chaos and the warp, and he got turned and changed over time by one of them. And we're gonna get to who exactly it was. But I delved down the rabbit hole because of this. Who are the chaos gods? Are they like eldritch Lovecraftian beings? Are they even stronger? What the fuck are they? I did a lot of cocaine as well to be able to do this. This could be my most in-depth video, but I'm probably going to get a bunch of things wrong because I'm not a gamer, so excuse me. Now, there are 4 chaos gods, primordial beings of darkness, and I wanted to know, what are they and who's the strongest? Well, in order to get to that answer, we got to go through them. These beings are powerful, self-aware entities comprised of psychic energy. Also known as the ruinous powers, whatever the hell. They inhabit and control the psychic dimension, the warp, this realm of pure psychic energy that is bent and manipulated towards the will of different users for chaos magic, space travel, all that kind of shit. This is like hell on earth if you were to go inside this thing, all right? And these beings, a lot of their powers culminate with the darkest desires, the emotions, and the psychological drives of many entities, humans, and different other factions in the universe. So they exist because of us, essentially, and all of our darkness within us. So there is also a great game being played out between these entities. Who is going to be the ultimate chaos god? Who's going to rule over the warp? Who's going to rule over the damn universe? That's the game. These beings all secretly despise each other, but sometimes they work together. All that kind. It's like a love-hate relationship. Ultimately, one's got to come out on top at the end of this great game. Who is the strongest? Well, we got Khorne. I'm so sorry if I'm saying these names wrong. Khorne, whatever. Khorne. He is the god. He's the god of war. Okay. God of war, violence, bloodshed, empowering warriors with raw strength and thirst for battle. His followers are... He's averse to psychic powers, sorcery. He views them as a weakness. He's full-on war, violence, Viking-era shit. Violence and war of all kinds fuel him. That's the kind of being we're dealing with. So in many ways you could say, and I know a lot of fans would agree, he is the strongest because violence, war, the decadence of man in the shape of battle, anger, rage, all these things, the wrath of man, the wrath of being, this fuels him, and this is everywhere. It's a never-ending battle. So you could say he is the strongest, and he might beat the others in a fight, right? Maybe it's not so simple though. We also got Nurgle. Look at this fat fuck. Nurgle is the god of death, decay, disease. He's basically a reminder to you that mortality is a thing. You will die. He's connected to the cycle of life, and his followers, they can range from like zombies who are like impenetrable in battle, right? So he's not to be played with as well because death, decay, this is a universal constant within the universe. War, it could happen, it could not. Rage, maybe all mankind can be peaceful and shit, right? But death is something that'll always be there, no matter what emotion you have. That is why Nurgle might be the most powerful, using just pure logic alone, because death is literally always there, right? But we also got Slaanesh. I'm so sorry if I know people are cringing. God of hedonism, excess, forbidden desires, lust, corrupting followers with pleasure and indulgence. Look at the world. Lust, hedonism, the desire for more. That is literally one of the primordial problems with human beings. That's one of our major character flaws. This is something that exists within us, within our wills, even beyond the afterlife. Look. In many ways, Slaanesh is fueled by something that is a never-ending thing as well. It's everywhere, this lust, this hedonism, right? And tricking men to become the highest level of degenerates. She'd Loki thrive in this society. But the most interesting, in my opinion, is not any of them. It's this dude, Zenik. Who is Zenik? He is the god of knowledge, change, sorcery, granting his followers access to psychic powers and manipulation of reality. He is much more subtle in power and what he represents than the others, in my opinion. when you see what they represent, you're like, okay, I kind of get an idea for what we're dealing here in concept. With him, it's much more subtle. Look at the way society is. Let me give you, here's a background. Look at the way society is. War, protests, violence, this shit happens every day. Okay? Violence is like, it is one of the things that men thrive on. So if these gods were to exist in our world today, Korn, the god of war, he'd love it. He'd love this world. Hedonism, degeneracy, drug use, lust, the excess. Everyone, from the rich to all the PDF files that are getting literally exposed online, and then all the drug addicts constantly, everybody wanting to get more dopamine hits. A chaos god of hedonism would love this place too. How many people die a day? Millions, right? I already know that fat fuck chaos god is jerking off to this world right now. Okay? But there's a deeper undercurrent from the stages of beginning of life to end of life. There's something deeper. There is a man's will to figure out the meaning of life and to advance beyond, to evolve. Innovations every day, AI, new inventions, going to space, and then on top of that, trying to find the meaning of life, destiny, faith, religion, all of these things. Man's will to grow, to shape his faith, to figure out what his destiny is. All these things. We are in a meaning crisis right now where people are trying to find meaning, right? Do you not think a chaos god who literally manipulates men, tells them what their fate's going to be, tricks them, all this shit, do you not think he wouldn't be fueled more than anyone else in the most subtle way in this world? He would. Because this goes into the far reaches of the soul. This is not just death, decay, violence. This is beyond surface level. I'm not saying the other gods are surface level. I know they're ultra powerful, but I'm saying this is a much more subtle art. And not to mention this creature, Zench, he got overthrown, I'm pretty sure. He became more powerful than all the other chaos gods and was about to rule everything. And I think some of the chaos gods rebelled and beat the shit out of him and tore him to a bunch of pieces. I believe that's something that's happened. That's how powerful he has the most potential, in my opinion. It's literally shown in the lore. He got shattered into a million pieces because the chaos gods didn't want him to reign. But I think this worked in his favor. Should you desire to learn forbidden knowledge of the universe and corrupt the plans fate has in store for you, Zench is the one you must follow. He will show you the truth of what lies around you and give you power to make reality in an instant. That's beyond anything I've seen. Using sorceries of untold power, you will upend the plans of all and elicit change at the most inopportune times. This is what he did to the guy who became the demon sorcerer, right? This guy got murked in his attempts to figure out knowledge, to advance. And he became a reality-altering, time-stopping dude. Don't get me wrong, ultra-powerful. But he paid a hefty price. In Event Horizon, there's a popular fan theory that this ship had a warp drive that opened a portal to the warp of 40k, Warhammer 40k. And it drove people insane, had them hallucinating shit. Their realities were changed. You can say Zench was behind this. Some of them had blood orgies and killed each other, right? You could say that the Chaos God of Lust and Nurgle were at play here. Our main character, Sam Neill, gets turned into this. A mutilated dude with a possessed mind who has powers. And he can send you to this other realm. This all seems like the work of Zench, whatever his name is, to me. Look at this, Zench. It will always let you do whatever you want as long as it is a scheme. He never wants the great game, the battle between the Chaos Gods, as he rises to the top. He never wants it to end. So, if I was to summarize what this god was, he's a god of blindsiding people's destinies, promising them one thing, giving them another, and then this path of constant scheming never ends. The path to what your destiny is a folly. It's a false one. But also, winning is not his goal. What if I told you his ultimate goal is not to be the ultimate chaos god, like all these other fucking chaos gods are? No. His goal is to continue scheming, because he likes it. If he was on top and got overthrown and beat the shit off, he's like, yeah, that's good. That's scheming in and of itself. It adds to me. He'd be like, great. That's scheming. It all adds to me. It all works out in my favor. It is the ultimate source of chaos. Constant scheming with no end goal. He is the Joker of the chaos gods. That's why he is the most terrifying, in my opinion, and has the most power potential out of all these chaos gods. Now, we got to ask ourselves, if that is the truth, how do we as humanity beat them? These chaos gods who manifest out of our dark emotions, experiences, and psychological triggers. How do we do this? How do we get away from this? Well, first of all, that's a video for another day, but what I will say as a start is we need to completely transcend what we know about our mind and our body. We need to become the aliens from Arrival, okay? We need to become beings who have transcended the human mind's current emotional state and be detached, but also transcendent in a different way. We need to completely change our conception of what humanity is if we want to rid ourselves of the Chaos Gods completely. And even then, you never know, because you also got the fucking Tyranids coming at you too, with the shadow and the warp and all that shit, right? That can create a way for the Chaos Gods to bleed back into the ether. If you want to know how to beat the Tyranids, if they were ever to invade our Earth, maybe, watch this video here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.